What's happening, everyone? We are back again for another episode of the RHMax show, RHMax TV. I kind of like RHMax TV, RHMax.tv. I like that. That may be what I've been referencing. Because not only is it a link, but it also sounds kind of cool. Sounds good to me. Anyways, welcome back to the show. Today, we're going to talk staking, yield farming in 35 minutes or so. Also, I don't want to talk a lot about EHEX and PX stuff today. I did so much in the last 2 days. I just don't want to talk about it. If you got a question, I might answer, I might not. But I want to about PulseChain and hex staking and stuff today. And PulseX, of course, too. But anyways, it's a symbol of my unshakable confidence. You can see I got this Richard Hart. You can see it, Richard Hart Hope Cup. Got my Hope coffee cup here today, and I've also got a cup of lavender Earl Grey. Tastes good. That Earl Grey tastes good. Yes, Fox Modder. Hello, RHMax.tv. Thank you very much. I like that. See, it caught on already. People start saying it now. I had the business card that I was handing out in Vegas, by the way, as well. So this one, money printer go burr, RHMax.tv. If you were in Vegas, I had a great time. Shout out to RG3, Black Hexkin, Wild SJ, everyone who helped with that conference seminar deal. Oh, that was a good time. I got to meet so many people. Oh my gosh. Got to hang out with Axis again. Got to meet Crypto Sloth for the first time in person. So many people. I mean, there's just something outside of my head. I missed Crypto Compassion somehow. I don't know how that happened, but and just there's like a flood of 100 names I could go on and tell you about. Nuclear Herbs, I get to meet him, our resident attorney, our Pulse again, Hexkin attorney. Got to meet him. So fun. I had a really good time. But I'll say hi to the chat real quick, and we'll get into what's up. Just Hex a lot. You guys are having fun in the chat over there. They're fifth, third, fourth, fifth. Red Squirrel as in his fifth place. First or fifth only for Mr. Red Squirrel. Andrew's playing along with it too as well. Hello there. Yes, Chris. I'm here. There's no such thing as being late. When I schedule them, I give estimated times. I don't even tweet about it anymore. So if you're not subscribed, you're probably going to miss them. I'll say that. Anyways, Crypto Compassion, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hexkin lost in Asia. Let's go. The muscles of the muscles that built the tower of muscles, which is the man, I assume. Chad Donner response. How's it going? How's it going, Crypto Bigfoot? Welcome. Sweet, call to life. Yeah, I know. I usually, these days have been shorter streams, especially when it's solo. I do pretty, again, I have what time I have. And if I prepare enough the morning before, perhaps I can bring you some quality content. What's up, Jay? Everything? Welcome. Win and fight with SlothMax. We definitely got to banter a lot at the event and stuff, and got to hang out. That was really cool. We got to eat and relax a little bit and just have some good times. So, anyways, Dan Schaff, welcome. John Neese, how's it going? Archie. All right, everyone. Let's get into it. Give me just a minute here to go to my notes where I keep all the stuff that I think is interesting. Yeah, heck, Vegas was a great time. I can only do like 48 hours there. I have to go somewhere. I have to try. I can't stay in the city for any longer than that. It's some people, some people live there or live nearby. I don't know. I'm not much for cities anyways, but hexcalc.net. So we're going to start with there. We're going to do with hex staking, and we'll go into PulseX yield farming too, but we'll start with hex staking. That says the EHEX. You can use this for PX too. You just got to kind of play with the price a little bit. But for example, 100K hex, let's just do like 365, or let's do even 90 day, whatever. You know what? Let's do 30. Let's do 30 days right now. And then price prediction, let's say you think it'll be 10 cents or something. And then I'll also open Dex Screener and Coin Paprika so we can figure out what price it is, since this gives us the EHEX price by default. So you type in 100,000 hex. Right now around $1,800. Looks like we got a little dip on the hex price today. anyways, again, this is set for, maybe they'll change it or give an option. I don't know who runs the site. Whoever does, shout out to them. You guys are awesome. I use it. I've used it a lot. Oh, actually, oh my God, they do it. I would drop down. Oh man, I did not know the upgrades. Okay, beautiful. All right, we don't have to do any of that stuff. Amazing. All right. So 100,000 for 30 days. I'm just going to talk about ladders for a minute. And let's say, if you believe it gets to 10 cents or so, again, conservative in my opinion. I believe it can go more than that, but that's my personal belief. Do not make any trades. Do not take my advice. I don't give any, so you can't take it of any sort. So 100,000 hex current value, perfect, $1,800. And then staking. So again, I've got content on Go Real DeFi. Let's go to Go Real DeFi, learn to earn, and then click on staking. And this video will be added to this playlist as well, because we're talking about staking and ladders and all that other stuff. There's a bunch of videos from Coffee and DCC and a lot of different people, of course, me as well, and Hex Scout and all those things. But again, check that out, staking, and we'll get to the farming in a minute. But I just wanted to show you the power. So 100,000 hex. So passive income in the bull market, for example. So it's interesting in the bear market versus bull market. You have, for me, I have a different mindset. In the bear, I want yield, and I'm looking for yield opportunities. In the bull, I'm still looking for yield, but it kind of changes the strategies a little bit. So it could change them in the way that if I know I'm in the bull, I believe prices are going to go up in the assets I buy, for example. So I may be more apt to compound things, roll things in. I'll talk about that a little bit when we get to the yield farming portion as well, where, if you're farming ink, for example, you can keep rolling ink into the ink farm and compound that way. Of course, you could be buy pressure for Pulse or PulseX too, if you're doing the Pulse or PulseX farm with ink. But for hex staking, again, when I'm thinking about yield in the bull market, if I believe price is going up, that makes it interesting too, because I can be, okay, if I believe I'm buying it at a cheaper price, if I believe it's cheap now, for example, if I believe hex is cheap now, and I believe it's going to go up, over time, whatever that is, 6, 12, 18 months, however the cycle lasts, or it may oscillate, could have double time, you get all this different stuff. But in general, I'm still looking for yield, but I'm playing it a little different, where the one caveat here too is, again, cheaper prices in the bear, but in the bull, when I'm staking, it makes it, I guess, ladders, shorter ladders in a way. If I'm looking to use it for passive income, shorter ladders make sense in a bull, because that means, okay, I can set them up at a certain time, whatever it is, monthly, quarterly, yearly. I mean, ladder over time. I can ladder out for 2 years, 3 years, whatever. And if I believe I'm buying it cheap and then staking it, whenever it comes up, when it comes up 1 month, 2 months, 3 months from now, each one, the price, again, if I believe it's going to appreciate, it's going to be more. I'm going to be able to get more. So it's kind of like I'm giving myself almost a pay raise just based on the price appreciation. If I were to, again, sell the principal, sell the yield, sell whatever it is. Now, there's 100 different ways to do this. I don't, again, I'm not advising one way or another. Some people are like, oh, never sell the money printer. You can just sell your yield. Some people are like, don't sell it at all. Just recompound, whatever. Do whatever makes sense for you. That's what I say. For me, I'm just talking about this way of passive income with hex stakes. So one way to do that in the bull that I think about is setting it up, laddering out a certain period of time, perhaps wherever I think the top is, or a little beyond it, or a little before it, whatever it is, and then be able to get the price appreciation along with the yield or principal or whatever will be taken out at that point, and use that again for passive income to live on, to reinvest, to recompound, whatever it is. So laddering out 30-day stakes, or it's a different mindset. Laddering 30-day stakes in a bear market is a little different mindset than laddering 30-day stakes out in a bull market. For example, in the bear market, we saw a lot of whales doing 30-day stakes and stuff. And it's kind of like trading. When I think of that, I think of just trading. You're just like, okay, I think the price is going to be this much, and I just want to get the yield, and maybe whatever. You're when I see that, I think of trading most of the time. But in a bull market, it strikes me as perhaps, a passive income strategy, or I mean, obviously it could be trading too, but there's just more to it than that. It's a different way of looking at it, a different way of what you may do with it at that point. So again, with Hex, you can stake it 15 years, as much as you want. And, you get a certain, you have a T-share rate. I'm not going to go on the mechanics again. Click on Go Roll DeFi and the staking videos to see a lot of people talk about the mechanics, myself and everyone else in different ways as well. But the cool thing about it in the bull market doing this type of thing, again, is the price appreciation, which, again, if you believe the price is going to go up, then if you have a ladder that's going out for a period of time, you're able to, see that price appreciation and on paper, and then decide what to do with it, whether to mint it, whether to recompound it, whether to, get liquidity from it or otherwise. So this is, again, a conservative number, in my opinion. I don't make any predictions. I'm just saying in general, 10 cent. And then again, this is, this is PX, 10 cent PX. And then you can, roll your own numbers, risk factors, and weighting and stuff with EHEX if that's something you're interested in as well. But if you just look at a dollar, for example, so that's 10 cents. And we're already looking at, that's what, a 5X from here, 6X or so. So that turns $1,800 into $10,000 estimated, again, the principal and the yield and the payout and all that stuff. And this is just, 30 days. And if we do it at $1, of course, the number's gonna be much bigger, right? Like if you get appreciation, 1,800 becomes, 100K, all that stuff. And then if you start doing, so longer pays better, right? Bigger pays better, longer pays better. So let's just do 300 days and let's keep it at $1, for example. Yep. If the page loads. All right. Maybe my internet, I'm not sure. Sorry about that. Awesome. So let's go back. Okay, just not loading. Don't know what happened there. All right, you get the hint though, or you get the picture. So yes, shout out Nuclear Herbs, who's online. Yes, they had a PLS. It's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, I had to reload a few times. Yeah, maybe there's so much load. They're having the good problem to have thing where there's just so many people looking at this that they're having trouble serving all the hungry people for steaks here. Okay, let's try it again. Let's do 100,000, and it'll do 300 days, and the price prediction, just for example here, $1. It's not working. Okay, may have to move on. But I think I demonstrated the point of the yield, price appreciation, the ladders, how it's a little bit different in the bull and bear market as well. And again, if you believe the price is going to go up, there's different strategies that they can use around that. So that's hex staking. Again, I'll drop the playlist in here. Get the playlist by going to Go Roll DeFi, learn to earn, and then click on staking. I also dropped it in the chat. But there's a ton of great guides. Coffee's got a great guide. A lot of recent stuff as well. Hex Scout's an amazing place. If you haven't seen Hex Scout, that is a super, super amazing app to not only track your stakes, but just show you how to stake. Get started. They kind of get the staking calculator. They can help you figure out a ladder, add stakes. Just a lot of more advanced, but also easy to understand tools and stuff here. So definitely check out Hex Scout if you're looking for stuff there. But I will move on to yield farming. Again, not going to take a lot of questions today because I got a limited time. I'm going to go through this quickly. But Go Roll DeFi. When I go to PulseX, I go to Go Roll DeFi and click on Exchange. That is the IPFS gateway director to PulseX, and then go to farms. So if we go to farms, we can see numbers went up. Recently I talked about this. So on Twitter, I made a tweet, I believe earlier today. I was looking at some people talk about it. I'm like, that is interesting. So PulseX Inc. farming coming great again. When PulseChain first launched, Inc. went up more than everything else, went up to $70-$80. And then a few months after that, it went down farther than everything else. It went down to, it was around 40 cents or so. So you can imagine for a while there, especially when it was sitting in the 30, 40, $50 range, it was just incredible yield farming. I mean, just really amazing stuff. So back then, I mean, if you had, 10, 20, 30, $40,000 and you were making bank every month, it was crazy. Ink prices were high, liquidity was good, just different things were being incentivized, and it was amazing. Prices were great, almost as great as they are now. So, well, of course they were a little bit better back then, but I think we're back in 2024. So 10K in the PLS Ink. So if we go there, we'll just check it out. So there's different farms. I'll go over the farms real quick. So you add liquidity for these different pairs. And then, so you basically become an LP provider, and then you stake that LP position to yield farm, and you earn the Ink token. So then there's different pairs you can do it. Some are more risky, some are less risky. I'm not going to go over the different risks and stuff. I've literally go to click farming, learn to earn click farming. I've covered Ink, I've covered LP with different people, and there's tons of tutorials and give you different nuance and different risks, and what is the doing stablecoin pairs versus not, and different strategies, and how to silently sell over LP positions over a period of time. Cover all this stuff a bunch of times on the show already. So I got a ton of content on that. Just go to the yield farming playlist. And again, this video will be added to that playlist automatically. Already added it there. So you go there, and then you decide what you want to do. Do you want to do, so you can see the APRs. You can kind of think of them as the risk factor in a way too. And it's very high level speaking, but you can see the APR 20%, you'll be earning less Ink, for example, on if you participate in these farms versus if you do a stable coin. And again, I'm not going to go through all the mechanics, but I got a ton of content on it as far as why and all that stuff is. But I think for me, the farms I really like, I think are the most interesting for this point in time, and maybe before even as well, are the Ink farms. And Ink is one of these things. This went from like this super suspicious, why does this thing have value? Why is it going up so much thing to, oh, see, look, I told you it was the dump forever token. I told you it was the down token. See, everyone got rid of it. To now it's like, well, didn't RH tweet that it was like kind of like it could be leverage on Pulse and PulseX type of thing, and hasn't it did like a 20x or something? I don't know what the numbers are. It's just hasn't done some like crazy numbers, hasn't it? Went up more, everything else again too, and everyone's like, oh yeah, Ink, that's cool. It's really revitalized the farms. That's why I always said my position on Ink has never changed. It's always been, this thing is important to the ecosystem, and it needs to be valuable. It needs to be valuable. So people come here and yield farm, and they get something of value. So it has to be valuable, whether it has utility now or later or never. We'll see. But I think these farms are most interesting because they for me, they're a balance of to me, again, what I believe for my portfolio, my time horizon, my capital and stuff. They're one of the less risky ones and the high reward ones. So the ROI is very good for these, in my opinion, in my position, for example. Could be different for you. Just telling you what I personally think. And if you go to, for example, the Pulse one, so this is, you can do Ink Pulse, you can do Ink PLS, and basically you have equal sides, you put them in, you provide liquidity, you stake them, and you earn Ink over time. So in the tweet example I was talking about, $10,000 at the current rates. And again, these could go up. I suggested in the tweet too. Does that double? Like, it's been rising. I think they might have already doubled one time. Does that double again? Do we start getting 100%? Before, when the first farms first came out, I have to look at some old screenshots, but I believe they were in the hundreds of percent, maybe 100, 200, 300%, 400%. It's been a while. It was a very cold and brutal bear market, but if I remember correctly, they were in the low hundreds percent for some time. Somebody in the chat, feel free to chime in. But it was literally incredible, and the Ink price was so much too. So it was amazing. So 10K, back to the example. So 10K, we'll do it monthly, is around $500 a month at current rates. Now, what if the Ink price goes up? What if the APR goes up? What if all these things increase? Again, this used to be, I don't remember exactly, but I'd have to look up some old tweets and screenshots and videos. I did a ton of content. But I believe this was, in the thousands of dollars instead of the hundreds of dollars. So will that happen again? And PulseChain launched in a bear market. A lot of hype, a lot of, fervor, a lot of just excitement. It was amazing times for those few months. But again, not in favorable macro conditions. So ink is going up, Pulse is going up for a variety of factors we covered and we'll continue to cover as well. What if this number goes up? What if all of a sudden, at a 1K, 5K, 10K investment, you are making hundreds of dollars per month or thousands of dollars per month? How does that fit into your passive income model? Even back then, I'm sure plenty of people were thinking, man, how does this, I'm making thousands of dollars per month right now. Can I use this? Can I lean on this for passive income now? Now, thankfully, maybe some people did and some people didn't, but if you were to look at the broader picture, maybe some people were more okay with risk and not okay with risk, but you saw what happened. The ink price went down, and that was, it was for the macro conditions stuff. You could say, many people may say that it was, hey, it wasn't a time for that to be sustainable. However, you look at the time now, if we're in a bull market, we're entering a bull market, we're halfway through a bull market, whatever it is. And again, if you believe this ecosystem can do mad gains, if you believe in Hart's law and liquidity, bonding, and whether you believe in Richard's story for glory or anything else like that, I personally believe that it's possible for all kinds of numbers that seem crazy. I certainly hope to see them. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to even, because we already did it before, like last year. It's already happened once, and it was unbelievable. And that was an unfavorable condition. So I'm very excited about this. Again, hex staking ladders, super exciting as well. And then yield farming, another way. Again, if you own ink, you own PLS, you own PLSX, whatever it is, you can pair them up and have another opportunity at passive income there as well. So I'll go to the tweet I did earlier. I did a poll, and I'll ask you all to give me an answer here. So which one are y'all using for passive income? This crypto bull market. I know there's a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different products and stuff. These are the mainstream, the RH coin products and stuff like that. There's a lot of different ones. I'm excited for Tetra coming out and a lot of different things too. I'm not much into NFTs, but I do like to watch the NFTs, the yield bearing ones. I think Gophers is very just intriguing and interesting and much more than monkey JPEG type stuff, which I'm not very interested in. And then you got Squirrel and Sloth projects as well, and the Trinity deal, and I think they're starting something over there as well to be able to get liquidity and tokenize and stuff, NFTs. So those are much more interesting as well. But again, this is just kind of the mainstream deal. Somebody in chat give me an answer. So we got both. Boom. Thank you, Archie. Appreciate that. Archie's been around. He knows. I'll start singing the elevator music if somebody don't give me an answer. So appreciate that. Right now, 300 votes. Feel free. Get on there. Make your voice heard. And vote in the poll so we can get some good numbers here. But yeah, a lot of people seem to be interested in ladders. It's literally going head to head with just farming. And then, a lot of people like both. So there are plenty of opportunities in the ecosystem to earn yield, I believe, this bull market. And yeah, we're really just kind of, if we're on the precipice of what I hope we keep doing and keep seeing, and there's no reasonable explanation why I could think of why I would tell myself why we wouldn't keep going in the right direction here. I think we're going to be much, much happier than they are right now if they're able to, again, get good positions. And again, not advising anyone to do anything. I'm just saying in general, I can imagine a world where people are very, very happy when the price goes up and they're earning yield and they're not getting hacked and they're in a secure product. And it's been battle tested and it's got a founder that's, in it for glory and the billionaire genius founder guy who seems to be benevolent, controversial, but benevolent in so many different ways. I'm in. I signed up 7 years ago and no regrets since then. So we can take some questions now. Again, I got quite a few people. So, You can tell it's the bull market when this many people show up, and I feel like I've made the same thumbnails. Thumbnails got a little bit better. I've been making probably even better content for a long time now. And but now the smell of money, the smell of passion, the smell of the opposite of tears is in the air, perhaps. So what's up, Steve? How's it going, man? By the way, I'm going to do another show next week, hopefully actually a week from now, with Neil for T-Shares, who is really, really good at so many different things, and especially just passive income and stables, and just talking about how to earn yield. He's really good at a lot of those things. So and he's been on the show 50 times already, and we made a ton of great content. So I hope to make some really good content on this next week as well, going a little bit broader in the ecosystem too. All right. And then also tomorrow I'll have Jesse on, and we'll be talking about Power City as well, which is very interesting. I think if you have PulseX and you're looking for something to do with it, we'll show you the research. We'll help give you some information when you're doing research about it and all the ins and outs. I have some very good questions asked him, and so far that product it's looking pretty good. All right. All right, I'm not going to get to everything. What's up, Wild SJ? How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Astro369. Let's go. We went hard for about 25 minutes. I'm just going to answer questions here for a minute. Let's see. DJ Bomber says 600% Pulse Inc. Pulse. Ooh, man. I almost felt like I was late too. I remember when they first launched, and I was like, I don't know what, at the time, you got to understand at the time, we were talking about ratio trading. I was just trying to figure out every piece of information of like how to gain some kind of advantage, some kind of edge when PulseChain launched. And it launched, and it was like, okay, what pools I participate in? Oh, these look risky, or these don't look risky, or it was crazy. It was crazy. Stable ones were 1,800%. I remember they were in the high. Some of them, especially like at launch, they were super, super high. And of course, they go over time, and people get in and all that stuff. But they seem to be going up right now. Looking at do we have a chart on APR percentages for PulseX over time? That'd be a cool one to look at. Bear, it's probably a good time to get out. So, man, I've never made it well during business I don't trust. Bear is, you're speaking to someone in the chat, or are you saying in the bear market? Oh, maybe question asking Bear. Grandpa Pulse also asked, sorry for the new question, but I had EHEX before PulseChain ever received the same amount of PA. Yes, you did. If you held HEX on Ethereum before the fork, then, or you had stakes or whatever they were, you have the same thing on PulseChain. Again, didn't need to press any buttons. Everything is it's just a fork of a network. Yes. Let's see. Yeah, again, I see in the chat other projects and stuff. Yeah, I know there's a lot of different ecosystem projects, and I'm going to cover them all today. I've had people on the show, a lot of them too, talk about different yield plugs. Appreciate that, Grandpa Pulse. Appreciate that. Let's see. Any questions? I don't see a lot of questions. I'll take like one more question. I'm scrolling. You guys are just super plugged in. Cobb says, I'm so tempted to stake remaining half PulseX back and be done with it, but yeah, talking about staking in the farms. And there's also, again, the Power City is pretty interesting, and especially when price goes up. I've noticed some interesting mechanics around that. When price goes up, and you have collateralized loans and stuff, it is. I've heard. Don't quote me on this, but I've heard it's much better than price go down. People seem to say that. Stake through the parabolic rise. LO. Yeah, I mean that's so okay. What's the criticism of staking, right? A lot of people are like, oh yeah, I was staked. I bought, I get, what's the worst case scenario, right? You bought it at 40 cents hex, you staked through, you couldn't sell it. And when your stake ended, it ended when hex was a penny or something. Like, okay, understand, but that's That's just buying high, and this is staking high. I don't know what the nomenclature is, staking high and ending stake low, I guess. I mean, that's just kind of, that's just how it goes when you get it at a certain price, you stake it and hold it like that. However, if that stake ended in 2 years, that's different when it ended 2 years and it's at a penny versus what if Hex goes to $1 this time and the stake was 3 years. And instead of the stake ending at 2 years and you're all sad, you're like, oh, look, I lost all my money. And you get rid of Hex then, if you would, for example, if I would have staked, if that was me, for example, in that time, and I would have staked for 3 years and I came back about Hex at 40 cents, staked it, spent all that time, got all those T-shares, went through it, ended it when Hex was $1, for example, if we get so lucky, or 50 cents or whatever it is, then not only do you get the price appreciation and you get the happy ending of ending a stake on a price appreciation, you also get the yield, all the emergency and stake fees, and all the Hex that people gave up by not doing what they said they're going to do, that type of the truth engine thing. You get that accumulated as well as T-share preservation, all this stuff too. So now, is it a better strategy, for example, which I've talked about a billion times on the show, especially last year, when Hex was way under a penny, to cheaper T-shares, get those staked out, ladder, all that stuff, appears to be a better strategy. Is everyone going to do that? They don't. Has not been shown to be true that everyone does that. It's much easier to give up on something when you feel like you lost money, when you have a shorter time frame or time horizon, or shorter, you don't quite understand what the power of this product is. So that's why I try to be informative here and show you what the power of the product is. All right. Let's see if there's any questions here. Good to see you all. Fox Modder, stablecoin all pairs worse from permanent. I've covered this a lot on the show. I don't want to go into the deep detail analysis right now, but it's, a lot of people actually, I'll say this one thing about permanent. Seriously, type in RHMax and permanent loss. I have like a ton of different content on this with other people and stuff too. But for example, one strategy for participating in stablecoin pairs with the other coin is the other coin goes up, you get more stablecoin, right? And that's a way of selling without market selling. It's kind of like, it's like a pseudo limit order in a way. You could effectively, it becomes like some sort of limit order, but with LP mechanics. And then if you're farming it too, if it's an incentivized farm on the LP pair, then you're earning ink along the way. You're getting out, for example, Pulse or whatever, PulseX, whatever, goes up, you're in a stablecoin pair. Let's say Pulse. You're getting more of the stablecoin pair, and you're also earning ink. So you're able to eventually, if some advanced strategies, of course, and stuff, but if you timed it and set it up in a correct way, that could be your liquidity. That could be your dollars from that. If you, set up, of course, you don't have to do all your Pulse and stuff like that. If you set up in a certain way, you could want it to run in the other direction, earn the fees, and not have to, make a red candle on the chart one day if you are so able to, if you would be in a position to do so. So it's there's different advanced strategies. Again, go realdefi.com, learn to earn. This is your friend. I'm going to bet, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to bet there's some stuff in here that you all don't know. There's some good information. There's a lot of playlists. If you got new people, you want to onboard them, click onboard. It takes you to onboarding list. I don't know what's missing here. You tell me what's missing. I don't know what's missing. Everything they need to know to get into Pulse and PulseX and all that stuff. Click on farming. Again, put together a lot of different material for yield farming. And impermanent loss, again, RHMax, impermanent, well, I can't spell, nobody can spell impermanent. Nobody can spell that word, but Google correct it. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to search Google, and it's still impermanent. There we go. We figured it out. And then, boom. Look at that. We did it. We did it. Search impermanent loss. Boom. This will tell you all the stuff. Some of them are 8-minute videos, like a lot of short clips, a lot of bang for buck clips. Try to give that for you. So, bro, when single side staking? I don't know, but why is that so interesting? I've never thought it's that interesting, honestly. It sounds cool. And I guess it is something to do with your PulseX, which feels like it has more utility, but I don't know. So if single sign staking, and there's a way for teams to launch coins and give away tokens and all this stuff. I mean, just type in single sign staking. Earn community tokens, whatever. So earn rewards. Do you want to earn? I mean, for me, I'd rather earn ink. I like the whole LP stuff. I like to earn ink. I like to earn things like that. I like to earn RH coins that aren't PulseX, right? So because it's deflationary. But I don't know. Maybe it's like I don't really care about airdrops that much either. Maybe I guess if you're into airdrops, you're into like just minting new project stuff. To me, I don't know. I'd rather earn that. So at least if we didn't have yield farming this whole entire time with PulseX, that would suck. But we have yield farming, and yeah, I talked about it before. Why wouldn't RH time these features that come out strategically and all that stuff? So single side staking may still be on the list and may come out eventually and all that, and that'll certainly get a buzz around the decks. But I don't know. I'm cool with ink. I'll say it that way. Because no impermanent loss with single side staking, sure, but you're putting, so it's an opportunity loss. OL. The other ways, I know people but I just it's never been that interesting to me. So I'm not like super sad it's not there right now, but it probably will come. I mean, I don't know, but it sounds like, Richard's talked about entertaining the idea again. So maybe it'll come. I don't know. Appreciate that question asking there. Awesome. Good to see you all. Yeah, Bitray, I saw that. It flickered on my side as well. That's all I got for you today. It's up VTX Crypto. Good to see you. Great time to end the stream, huh? Hope you learned something about staking and yield farming and passive income and PulseX and Hex and at least amazing products we have in this ecosystem. Again, go realdefi.com if you're interested in the PulseChain apps and learning and earning and buying PLS and all. It's got links to all that stuff as well. And that's all I got for you today. Scivive and 5555. We are out.